Ladies and gentlemen, before I start, I'd like to invite you to consider an analogy. Accountants and playing cards. Now you might think that there is no direct comparison other than the fact that I'm previously an accountant, still an accountant, a magician, I do card tricks, but that's not the subject of today's talk. Playing cards are like accountants because in the main, not just that we wear suits, of course, but in the main, nobody can tell one accountant from another. Nobody can tell one playing card from another until you turn it over, until you have a reason to consider a specific card and to think about a particular card. And it's the same with accountants. People assume that all accountants are the same until they have a reason to talk to us, to listen to us, to engage with us. Does that make sense? Does that resonate with your own experience? Now, I was asked to speak today principally by reference to an article that I wrote 3 months ago. It was on Accounting Web, I write a weekly column there, and it was titled, "Are you comfortable or are you kidding yourself?" Now that article was addressed at the significant proportion of accountants who feel quite comfortable with their lot. They feel they see no need to grow their practice. Now I've experienced working with accountants like that for many, many years, and indeed I routinely tell people who are looking to work with accountants that the vast majority are not looking to grow their practices. They don't take kindly to being told, you must grow, you must do this, you must do that. And the thrust of the article I wrote was very much to say that's a perfectly legitimate approach to adopt, but you may be kidding yourself. Now clearly the fact that you're here today is indicative of the fact that you wish to grow, because this is a conference for firms who wish to grow. There would be little point in me today running through the key points in that article, helping you to justify why you don't want to grow. Would you agree? So what I've suggested here is that it's perfectly reasonable and fine to be comfortable and easygoing, happy with your lot, you're making a good enough living. Beyond that, you may have ambitions to grow. But if you do nothing about that, if you just have those ambitions and take no action, you won't get very far. The simple fact that you are here today tells me that you have serious ambitions to grow and that you will probably grow your practices more successfully than those who just sit back in their offices saying, well, yes, I would like to grow my practice, but I haven't got the time to work on the practice rather than working in my practice. If you're taking time out today, you should get value from the time you spend here today. So what will I address in order to stick within my brief and not cover the topics that our other expert speakers will be addressing later? My focus, in order to help you grow, is to recognise the needs that you want to be remembered, referred, and recommended. Because if people don't remember you after they have conversations with you, they're never going to refer you, or recommend you, or indeed engage you to do work for them. Does that make sense? So what you're going to learn over the next 23 minutes, precision is paramount, isn't it? I remember that from my tax days. What you're going to learn over the next 23 minutes is an outline of a 7-step framework I've developed to help firms who want to stand out in order to generate more work, to be remembered, referred, and